Welcome, my constant reader friends. I'm Tad, and this is Tad Reads Books and Stuff. All right, so we're into June, and it is hot. It is so hot in Florida. I don't know. I don't know how long I want to stay in Florida. I love the four seasons. I love snow and being able to wear nice, cool, warm jackets and cuddle up with a fire, and holy cow, you can only take so much off, right? And you can only turn the air conditioning down so low. Oh my God, it's hot. Anyways, what's going on? Well, we're still reading Preacher. So the next video you will see will be the next installment of the Marvelous Team Up with Graz from GKBC, and the next 6 chapters in Preacher, Book 2. So we're still doing that. And I finished Lenny Kravitz, Let Love Rule, with David Ritz. Lenny Kravitz, David Ritz. What a coincidence. Anyways, that's what we're going to talk about. Next, I will be doing Amy Winehouse, Beyond Black, and then we'll do Rush. It's just an album book. Really cool. It just talks about all the, the making of each album and things like that. So let's talk about Lenny Kravitz. This is going to be a quick video. Let Love Rule. I don't know how much of it is Lenny Kravitz writing. I don't know how much of it is David Ritz writing. But it is doing, I guess, a lot of these entertainers, artists, musicians, things like that are doing these biographies, autobiographies in like several parts. This is definitely just a part 1. Even the last sentence of the book is to be continued. So this starts, in his childhood, of course, but it only goes through the release of his first album, which, of course, had Let Love Rule on it. A great song, great album. Really, I've been a fan of Lenny Kravitz since the first time I ever heard him. I didn't know his story, but I have followed him since. As you know, if you don't know who Lenny Kravitz is, yes, he's a musician, but he's also an actor. A lot of you may know him out there for being in Hunger Games or different other TV appearances and things that he's done. Some of you my age know that he was married to Lisa Bonet for a while, and this book goes through that relationship to the point, again, of the release of his first album, which coincided pretty much with the birth of his daughter Zoe. So we get the Lisa Bonet story there, up until that point, Zoe being born. But really, this is an ode to his mother, his love for his mother, and everything that she did for him. If you are not aware, his mother was Roxy Roker. If you don't know who Roxy Roker was, Roxy Roker is a famous actress. Now, she was actually a classically trained actress that studied Shakespearean acting in Europe. But what she's most famous for, of course, is her role of Helen Willis on The Jeffersons. 11 years that show ran. I didn't realize it ran that long. But yeah, Helen Willis. It was funny, there's a point in here where that she tried out for the part. Of course, they loved her. They hired her for it. But the director was worried about her. It was going to be the first time there was a mixed marriage portrayed on television. Of course, she is a black woman, and she was married in The Jeffersons to a white gentleman. And he asked her, is it going to be all right if, you're going to be asked to kiss a white man on camera? Of course, she reaches in her purse and pulls out a picture of her husband, who was Lenny Kravitz, who is a Russian Jewish gentleman, very white. So she had no issues with that. I thought that was kind of a funny story there in the book. But yeah, Roxy Roker is, I think, even more famous, in my age anyways, than Lenny Kravitz was. The book, let me tell you, let me get the numbers out of the way. Published October 20th. My version's the first has 260 pages. And on Goodreads, it currently has a 3.86 rating. I gave it 3 stars. Nothing special. It's not a long book. 260 pages. It flows. Again, I don't know how much Lenny wrote. I don't know how much David wrote. I have a feeling that most of the writing was David. But it reads very fast. It is your basic type of autobiography. It just tells different stories. And to be honest, not even that great of stories. Not like in-depth, heartfelt, not like Sinead O'Connor's book. Not at all. You don't get the feeling of feelings. Is that weird? In this book, it's just boom, boom, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. If you're a huge fan of Lenny Kravitz, you're going to love it. If you're not a huge fan of Lenny Kravitz, you probably don't want to read it or need to read it. It is, again, basically from his childhood to the release of his first album and the things that happened to him in his life. It's really, I mean, a huge portion of this is just name dropping. The guy definitely lived a charmed life. Even though back in those days, I guess you don't say he was rich, but they were wealthy. He went to Beverly Hills High School with Slash and a ton of other famous people. He knew everyone. Duke Ellington, held him as the Duke Ellington band played Happy Birthday to him one time. Cicely Tyson is one of his aunties, his godmothers. I mean, he knows everybody. He's met everybody. He grew up with his parents having, Hollywood parties and just everyone coming. He knew Miles Davis. He went backstage at the Apollo, with James Brown. He just constant, unbelievable name dropping in this book. Situations that, I don't know, I don't know. I just got this feeling that he tried really hard to be this angsty musician, this bohemian lifestyle, but he never was in fear of anything. He talks about living in a Pinto. He and his dad didn't get along. He left the house. His mother was devastated, but he lived in a Pinto, in a car. If you don't know what a Pinto is. But he never was in, his mother was for back then, very wealthy. He could always go to their house. He could always, get money if he really wanted to. It was a charmed life. It wasn't, I don't know, very emotional. There were periods in there, when his grandmother passes away, when Zoe was born, it changed his life. I'm wondering what the second book is going to be, or if there's a third book. Who knows? This basically goes until he's only 25 years old. And the funny thing is, he shares the exact same birth date as my girlfriend. People probably know him from his fashion sense. I loved his fashion. The music was great. I don't know. I guess you're hearing it in my voice. There's not a lot to say about this. It was pretty straightforward. It was a fun read. I'm a fan. I liked it, but nothing special. Move on. I guess that's all I can say. So, short video, huh? I'm sorry. Unless you're a really big Lenny Kravitz fan, there's no real reason to read the book. It's not that interesting. It's not anything you can't search online. Google it to find out. I think the whole more of the fun was, you know, Roxy Roker, his mom. His mom was something else. She really was a serious person, a serious player in the advancement of acting and entertainment for Black people in America. So I did enjoy that part. All right, so next we're going to read Amy Winehouse. I'm sure that's going to be even more touching. That movie's coming out. I haven't seen that yet, or I don't even know if it's out yet. I'll have to check. But that's all I got for you guys. So if you like anything in this video, please like, please subscribe, please give me comments, and until next time, peace out.